The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council was filled with glowing lights, high technology, and powerful leaders from across the galaxy. Giant screens floated in the air, showing moving images from different planets. Today, they were showing Earth. "Bring up the next file," said High Commander Zelnar, a tall alien with silver skin and glowing blue eyes. A young alien tapped the screen. A video began playing. Small furry animals were running and jumping through the trees. Squirrels? One alien laughed. "These are warriors?" Next came a video of a fat panda rolling down a hill. The whole council laughed so hard that some spilled their glowing drinks. "Earth's most dangerous creature," they said. Another alien joked. "This creature cannot even stand without falling over." A three-eyed general slapped the table. "I've seen stronger creatures on a far moon." "Play the next one," said Zelnar. A chicken ran across a field. Behind it, a little human girl chased it, laughing. Now the council was roaring with laughter. "They have birds." "That can't even fly fast," said Zelnar, "and the humans eat them." One screen showed a human man fishing peacefully in a river. The aliens laughed again. "This is Earth's warrior training?" asked General Vrash. "Sitting near water and doing nothing?" Many aliens began to agree. "Earth is weak. Their animals are jokes. We should send scouts, collect samples, and study them." "Let's make it a lesson for the Academy," said a voice. "How to control a planet without firing a shot." But one old alien general sat quietly. He had gray skin and a robotic arm. His eyes didn't laugh. "They look harmless," he said slowly. "But I've heard things not in the public files." Zelnar turned to him. "What things, General?" The old alien leaned forward. "Earth has zones that are marked classified. No flyovers, no landings. Not even their own people go near them." Zelnar waved his hand. "Rumors. Earthlings are dramatic." But the old general pressed a button on his chair. A small video appeared on one of the side screens. It was shaky and dark. A human soldier spoke into a camera. "To any listening, ship. This is Lieutenant Rachel of Earth Command. We lost 5 men in the red zone. No body was found. Only blood and broken bones. I repeat, do not enter the Predator lands. If you think Earth's animals are funny, go there. You'll never laugh again." The room fell silent for a moment, but Zelnar stood up and raised his voice. "A human fear story," he said. "Lies to keep others away. Their technology is weak, their animals are weak. We are not afraid." The others cheered with him. The old general shook his head. "You laugh, but you don't know what lives in Earth's dark places." Bright red alien named Jara stood. "Then we go and find out. We'll send a scout team. We'll collect their strongest creatures. And when we return, we'll bring Earth's deadliest animal in a cage." Another alien added, "Yes, let's show the galaxy how soft Earth really is." The council voted. Result: mission approved. High Commander Zelnar turned to his officers. "Prepare the team. Equip them with scanners, weapons, and traps. Send them to Earth's forests, mountains, deserts, every region. Let them capture everything Earth calls wildlife. But avoid the red zones," the old general said again, eyes serious. Zelnar smiled. "We're not afraid of fairy tales." That moment, a human intelligence satellite quietly recorded the meeting. Deep underground on Earth, in a dark military base, an Earth general watched the footage on a secret screen. He turned to his team. "They're coming," he said. "And they're laughing, just like the others did." One soldier asked, "Should we warn them, sir?" The general looked at a map showing red zones across the Earth. Thick jungles, deep caves, frozen lands, and one glowing area marked Project Apex, no entry. He shook his head. "No. Let them see for themselves. Let them meet Earth's true creatures." The alien ship broke through Earth's clouds like a silver blade cutting the sky. Birds scattered, clouds parted. But the planet below didn't seem to care. Inside the ship, 6 elite alien scouts stood ready. They wore black armor, carried plasma rifles, and had tiny drones buzzing beside them. Their team leader, Commander Urok, smiled as he looked out the window. "This planet is green," he said. "Too green." Another scout, named Lyra, laughed. "It's soft. Just trees, water, and weak animals. This mission will be boring." But not all agreed. Scout Merrick stared at the planet with sharp yellow eyes. "There's something strange. The air feels thick, heavy with something." "Fear?" Urok smirked. "You're reading too many human stories. They didn't land in a city. Earth's governments had no idea they were coming. The Council had picked a place marked as unclaimed wilderness, a place Earth called Black Hollow Forest." As the ship landed, trees bent under the heat of the engines. A loud humming sound echoed through the trees, disturbing the silence that had lasted for centuries. Then silence returned. The alien door hissed open. No one greeted them. No birds sang, no wind moved. The first step onto the earth was taken by Lyra. She scanned the area. No signs of life, just trees, old trees. Urok stepped forward. "Start the sweep, drones up. We collect samples, scan local life, and get out." Drones flew out in every direction, scanning trees, plants, and small moving creatures. One drone followed a squirrel. Another watched a fox running through the bushes. "Data confirms weak, simple life," said the tech officer. But something felt wrong. The air was still, too still. The ground, too soft. Even the trees looked like they were watching. Scout Merrick paused near a large tree. "Commander, this tree has a scar. Claw marks. Big ones." Urok walked over. 5 deep cuts ran across. The bark, too wide for any known Earth animal. The drones beeped. "New life form detected. Unregistered. No match in Earth's animal database." "Where?" Urok asked quickly. But the drone didn't answer. The signal vanished. Just gone. The tech officer tapped the screen again. "It's not showing offline. It's showing removed." "Removed?" Lyra stepped back. "As in destroyed?" The screen showed the last image the drone captured, a blur of movement. 2 glowing eyes. Then black. Commander Urok gave the order. "Weapons ready. Stay close. Eyes open." Suddenly the forest changed. The silence was now loud. A distant, cracking sound echoed like something heavy stepping on branches. Slow. Measured. Intentional. Another drone signal disappeared. "Again?" Merrick shouted. "From where?" But there was no answer. And then a strange sound came. It was not an animal cry, not a growl. It was a click, 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 like claws tapping on stone. Then silence. Then again. But closer. Lyra turned fast. "It's circling us." They moved into a circle, backs against each other, weapons up, but the enemy didn't attack. It watched. It waited. "I feel like prey," whispered the tech officer. Then something dropped from the trees. Not on the aliens, on the ship. They heard the metal groan. Boom, a loud slam. Smoke rose into the air. Flames followed. Their ship was under attack. They ran back, but it was too late. The ship's engines were smashed. Its door bent. And across the hull, long, deep claw marks. Worse than that, one of the crew was missing. Not killed. Gone. Vanished without a scream. Commander Urok stared at the claw marks. "This isn't from any Earth animal. This is hunting behavior." Merrick stepped forward. "Commander, we need to leave." Urok looked around. "With what?" "The ship is down. The forest owns us now." Far away, something let out a low, deep growl. It wasn't loud, but it made the trees shake. And this time, even Urok didn't laugh. Night fell over Black Hollow Forest like a heavy blanket. No moonlight reached the ground. The trees stood tall and dark, their shadows twisting like watching eyes. The alien team built a campfire from broken tree limbs. They sat in a tight circle, weapons in hand, faces tense. No one spoke for a long time. One was missing. Scout Wren. Gone without sound. No body. No blood. Just gone. Commander Urok stared into the flames. His armored fingers tapped on his weapon. He was right behind us, said Lyra softly. We turned around and... Nothing, Merrick spoke in a cold voice. It took him like a shadow. No heat signature, no movement, not even the drone saw it. The tech officer turned his screen toward Urok. Commander, I ran a motion scan. There's something out there. Urok leaned forward. How many? The officer swallowed hard. Just one. One? It's moving around us, slowly, studying us. Urok narrowed his eyes. That means it's smart. A loud snap echoed behind them. Everyone jumped. They turned. Nothing. Another snap. Closer. Then, silence. Suddenly a voice spoke, but it wasn't alien. It was a perfect copy of Lyra's voice. Help me. Lyra's eyes widened. That's my voice. The sound repeated. Same tone, same fear. Help me. It was coming from the dark. Urok whispered, it's mimicking us. They aimed their weapons into the trees. One scout fired a warning shot. Zap! The beam lit up the forest for just a second. In that flash, they saw it. Just for a heartbeat. It stood upright, taller than a man. Its body was lean, muscular, and covered in thick dark fur. Its arms were long, ending in clawed hands. Its face wasn't a face, just bone and teeth. No eyes, no nose. Just a twisted shape of survival and violence. Then it vanished into the dark. Lyra whispered, that's not an animal. That's not Earth wildlife. It's a predator class, Merrick said. High intelligence, apex level. Urok nodded slowly. This is Earth's true weapon. The creature didn't attack. It hunted with patience. Suddenly, one of the drones buzzed out of the trees, badly damaged, spinning out of control. It landed at Merrick's feet. A sharp claw was stuck in its broken camera eye. The tech officer picked it up. It tore through reinforced shell, with one strike. Lyra stepped back. We're not prepared for this. Urok looked around the team. Then we changed the plan. We don't capture. We survive. Just then, something hit the fire. A chunk of armor. Ren's armor. Still warm, still wet. The fire hissed and spat as the armor piece fell into it. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Urok stood up. We move now. No more camp. We head to the cliffs. Higher ground. They started moving as a group, scanning every shadow. But the predator followed, unseen, unheard. They didn't know its name. They didn't know its origin. But one thing was now clear. This was no animal. This was a hunter of hunters, and it had just chosen them as prey. Far above Earth, hidden in orbit, a human intelligence satellite blinked red. Inside a secret Earth military base buried under ice and rock, General May Carter stood still. Her officers watched the alien campfire footage in silence. The transmission came from a hidden tracker inside the predator zone. The screen showed blurry images, alien soldiers in fear, weapons shaking, armor pieces scattered, one name tag burned, Scout Ren. An officer spoke. Ma'am, it's confirmed. The aliens went into Zone 7. May didn't blink. And now they're learning why we sealed it. One young officer whispered, Should we warn them, ma'am? General May shook her head. They came to laugh. Let them meet the thing we never dared name. Back in the forest, the alien team climbed toward the cliffs. The air grew colder, but the scent of blood followed them like smoke. No more jokes, no more scans. They were being hunted. Lyra's boots slipped on a wet rock. She looked down, not water, blood, and under it bones, dozens of them. Clean, white, cracked. Sir, she whispered, these are alien bones, not human. Merrick knelt beside her. No tags, no IDs. These didn't come from Earthlings. Other scout teams? Lyra asked, heart racing. Commander Urok scanned the area. His screen showed nothing, No creatures, no life. But then, a hidden signal blinked. Access, classified code, black zone, Project Apex warning, restricted by global order. What is Project Apex? Yurok demanded. The screen unlocked. Earth's own message played. To all Earth bases, do not enter Zone 7. Predator is not of natural origin. It adapts, it mimics, it learns. Created for war, escaped containment. Not an animal, not a mistake. A weapon. The message cut off. The tech officer gasped. It's not just wild, it was made by humans. Yurok looked down the valley. They created it, and then buried it here. And we just woke it up, Lyra said, shaking. Suddenly, the cliffs trembled. Not from wind, from footsteps. Far below, a large shadow moved, slow, powerful, fearless. Yurok raised his weapon. Everyone up the ridge, move! The predator didn't rush. It followed, like it was curious, like it was learning. At the top of the cliff, the team found something strange. A metal hatch half buried in stone and moss. Human markings. A locked entrance. Merrick forced it open. Inside, walls of steel, broken glass tubes, claw marks, dried blood, and warnings everywhere. Apex, level clearance only. Test subject 001, obsolete human fear response. What is this place? Lyra asked. The tech officer checked the logs. A lab. A secret one. Long shut down. Suddenly the lights flickered. Something was in the tunnels. The team backed away. Behind them, the hatch door slammed shut. A soft growl echoed through the dark hallway. It wasn't angry, it was excited. The steel hallway echoed with the sound of breathing, not from the aliens, from something deeper in the dark. Yurok raised his plasma rifle. The others followed. Their boots stepped quietly over the floor, once polished, now cracked and stained with old blood. The tech officer's screen glitched. This place is blocking signals. We're blind in here. What was this lab used for? Lyra asked. Merrick found a rusted sign on the wall. Unit 001, Apex Intelligence Project. Do not engage. Below it, scratched in red, perhaps by fingernail or claw, was a warning. It copies, it changes, it waits. Yurok pushed open the next door. Inside was a large testing chamber. The walls were clawed. Some parts melted, others frozen. The damage didn't match one kind of weapon, but many. There was a shattered glass tank in the center. Thick chains hung broken. No body, Merrick said. Because it walked out, Yurok replied. Suddenly the sound came again, not loud but close, a slow tick-tick-tick, like claws tapping on steel. The team turned as one. From the shadows, something crawled along the ceiling, upside down. Its limbs stretched, flexible and strange. It moved like liquid, but its body was muscle and bone. It had no face, just skin and scars. Then it dropped down. They fired. Beams of energy lit up the room, but the apex moved faster. It vanished behind machines. Then reappeared behind Lyra. It didn't slash her. It whispered in her own voice. I know you. Lyra froze. Her eyes widened. Yurok shouted, Move! The apex disappeared again, its speed unnatural. Then a scream. The tech officer was pulled backward, dragged into the dark hallway. His weapon fired once, then silence. Yurok grabbed the others. This thing isn't fighting, it's playing. Merrick's hands shook. It's testing us, like we tested it. They ran through the lower tunnels. More signs passed them. Phase 2, Human Mimic Response Test. Phase 4, Tactical Predator Learning. Phase 6, Escape Event. Status denied, then the last door. Heavy docked old. It had one word burned into it. Forgive us. Yurok forced it open. Behind it, a control room. Dusty, empty. Human skeletons sat at broken consoles. A red button blinked slowly. The emergency log began to play. We created a predator that could learn faster than us, Fight smarter than us. Survive better than anything we've ever known. It was supposed to win our wars, but it chose freedom. It doesn't just kill, it studies. It remembers. Every team that enters this forest feeds its mind. The screen showed clips, alien teams long before Yurok's mission hunted and torn apart in seconds. Lyra cried out. They were here years ago, Yurok whispered, and no one ever escaped. The apex watched them from the ceiling. It didn't attack yet. It didn't need to. It had already won. Blood dripped from the ceiling. It wasn't from the humans who built the lab. It was fresh alien blood. The apex had been watching them from the shadows, patient, careful, cruel. Now it had begun the final hunt. Commander Yurok dragged Lyra by the arm through the old lab's back corridors. Merrick followed behind, limping, holding his side clawed and bleeding. The tech officer was gone, taken in the dark, without a sound. There's no exit, Lyra cried. We've circled twice. Yurok slammed his fist into the wall. There has to be one. This lab was built underground. Somewhere there's a surface tunnel. Merrick coughed. You said we would study Earth's creatures. His voice broke. We were the ones being studied. Suddenly the walls around them lit up. The apex had activated the old monitors. One by one the screens showed images. Not of humans, of them, each scout. Each moment since they landed. Every breath, every movement, every heartbeat. It had been watching since the first minute. Lyra backed away from the screens. It's not just smart. It's learning emotions. Fear, Yurok said, and it likes ours. Then a new sound. Not a growl, not claws, a voice. Yurok's voice. Commander Yurok, failure detected, failure detected. The apex was copying his words now, mocking him, twisting his pride into something cold. Yurok raised his gun. Run! They sprinted through the hallway, now shaking from the apex's steps. Behind them, vents crashed, lights flickered, doors slammed open and shut on their own. The apex was playing with the building like a child with toys. Finally, they found a tunnel, old, narrow, cracked with roots, but open to air. Yurok shoved Merrick and Lyra forward. Go, get to the surface. Merrick stumbled. What about you? Yurok turned, staring into the black hallway behind. The air was colder now. The shadows moved unnaturally. I'll slow it down. No, Lyra shouted. You won't make it. Yurok looked at her and smiled weakly. We laughed at Earth. We thought nothing here could touch us. He handed her a small data core. This has the truth. Show the galaxy what we found. She grabbed it, holding it to her chest. Yurok ran back into the darkness, firing blindly. Merrick and Lyra climbed, crawled, pushed through the narrow tunnel. Finally, light. Real light. The forest. They burst into the open air, gasping. But there was no time to rest. A terrible scream echoed from below, Yurok's voice. And then silence. Then, the voice returned. But now it spoke like Lyra. Lyra, help me. Merrick grabbed her hand. Don't turn around. They ran. Hours later, an emergency Earth drone picked up their signal. The rescue pod opened. The human soldier inside looked confused. Aliens? Merrick collapsed. Lyra handed over the data core with shaking hands. Don't go into the forest, she whispered. Don't ever go back. Inside the ship, as they rose into orbit, she looked out the window, at the forest below, and deep in the trees, something was watching, still waiting, listening and learning. The Galactic Council Hall was silent. No laughter now, no jokes about Earth. The air felt heavy as the last two alien survivors, Merrick and Lyra, stood before the council. They wore torn armor, dried blood, and eyes that had seen something no warrior ever should. High Commander Zellner stared at them, his confident grin now gone. What did you see? Lyra stepped forward and placed the small data core on the table. The lights dimmed. A projection began. Clips of the predator. Clips of the hunt. Clips of fear. The council watched in stunned silence as the apex moved faster than sight. Copied voices played with minds and destroyed their best scouts without mercy. Then came the final message, the recording of Commander Urok's last stand. His voice was strong, then broken, then stolen by the creature. "Help me! Help me!" One by one, council members looked away. Jara, the red-skinned alien who once mocked Earth's creatures, stood trembling. That was on Earth? Merrick nodded. In one of their forbidden zones, a place even humans fear. Zelnar asked, "Why would they keep such a thing alive?" Lyra's voice was cold. They didn't. They failed to destroy it, and they were smart enough to leave it. Buried, Merrick added. We didn't just meet an animal. We met a weapon that adapts, that learns, that plays with its prey. It remembers us, Lyra whispered. And next time, it may come looking. A deep silence followed. Then the old alien general, the one who had warned them all, stood, slowly. "I told you," he said. "Earth is not weak. It is careful. It is quiet. It is old. And it is dangerous." The council voted. Result, Earth's red zones, permanently off limits. Any further missions to Black Hollow, forbidden. Penalty, death. The warning was sent across the stars, to every empire, to every explorer, to every species that ever thought. To mock Earth. Back on Earth, General May Carter watched the alien ship leave orbit from her hidden base. She turned to her officer. "Do you think they understand now?" The young officer nodded. "They'll stay away." May sighed. "Good. Let it sleep. Let it stay forgotten." But far beneath Black Hollow Forest, deep in the cold tunnels, the apex sat in the dark, still, silent, remembering. It scratched new marks on the wall, marks shaped like stars, and above it, a new voice echoed in the hallway. Not human, not alien, but both. "I am learning." Then silence again. For now.